Andrea Berghout Academy. Today we will discuss some questions for writing task 2 for Ielts academic. All of the questions will be focused around one vocabulary topic. So first of all, Carmen and Maria, have you ever tried the exam before?
No.
Yes.
Maria, you tried it?
Yes, once.
What did you
One
think
time.
about writing task 2?
From my point of view, is hard.
Mm-hmm. What
I
was the
didn't pass the exam.
Okay. What was the vocabulary topic that you had to write about?
I can't remember now because it was 3 years ago, I think, or 4 years ago. I forgot.
Okay, no worries. We will start with a list of topics. We'll just take a quick look just to be familiar with the most common IELTS topics. And here they are. So you can have questions in speaking, reading, writing, and listening from all these domains, let's say. Yeah, here we have some examples. Today we will focus on 14, which is like housing and architecture. This is what it's called here, but we will focus on a part of it. And I will share the screen with the first question. Yeah, so the topic is actually accommodation. This is what we will talk about today. What does accommodation mean usually? Do you have any synonyms for this word? What does it refer to? Carmen? Any?
Accommodation, I don't know exactly. Maybe good life.
Accommodation, it's only about housing. Yeah, like where someone lives. Yeah. So we will discuss some synonyms for this topic today. And here we have an example of a question that you can get in task 2. In some countries, prisoners are allowed comfortable accommodation, good food, and healthcare. To what extent do you agree or disagree with this? So, one of the first things that you should do when you write an essay is to paraphrase this question. Do you know what paraphrasing is?
No.
Paraphrasing means rephrasing or rewriting a sentence, yeah, using different words as much as you can. So this is what we will discuss first here. Synonyms for some of these words. Yeah, you don't have to replace them all. It's not mandatory to do that. So let's see what we can replace them with. What we talked about: accommodation, which can be housing. Yeah. What other words can we use here? In this case, because it's about prisoners, yeah, we could use living. Sorry?
Living quarters, you write there?
Yes. Living quarters, that is fine. Okay. Anything else? Dwelling place is another way of saying this. And dwelling is just like living somewhere. Yeah, it refers to the place. Okay. Of course, we could use place, but we need to describe what kind of place, where someone lives or spends most of their time. You can also explain it. It doesn't have to be an exact word. You can explain what accommodation is. Okay. These are some ideas. For sure, there are more. Yeah, you can use any synonyms that fit. Then we have good food. How could we replace this? What does this mean, basically? What do you think? Is it about the taste or something else when they say good?
I think yes. Taste.
Maybe the focus here is more on the nutritional value of the food, probably. We could also mention that. We could use words like nutritious. Yeah. Nourishment is a synonym for food. Nutrients and any other words related to this. Okay, then we have healthcare. How can we replace this? Or how can we define healthcare? Maria? I'm thinking of like medical services, maybe. They are provided medical services in prison, in our case here. Okay, we could use well-being.
Well-being, correct.
Yeah. And this one can be emotional, physical, any type of physical, emotional well-being. Okay. Okay, we have some synonyms. For prisoners, can we replace prisoners with anything? I'll give the first. Inmate is a synonym for it. We could also explain, like people convicted of Okay. Or another explanation, people found guilty of a criminal offense, let's say. Okay. People serving a sentence of imprisonment or any other words. Okay, so we have some words that we can use in our paraphrase. This is the first part of the introduction of any essay. You should rewrite the idea up here, yeah, without bringing any new information. Okay, now let's discuss some ideas. Do you agree or disagree with this? That in some countries, prisoners are allowed these things? Maybe Carmen, do you agree or disagree with?
I agree.
Okay, why do you think this is beneficial or?
Because they are people like us. And maybe they did a mistake.
Okay, they made a mistake.
Yeah, but
Yeah, of course, now here it depends on what kind of offense they committed, right?
yes.
What kind of crime, because some of them are minor. Okay, we could focus on that. So in your essay, you could mention this thing that these that commit minor offenses, in your opinion, should have comfortable housing, yeah, nutritional food, healthcare, and so on. Okay. Maria, do you agree or disagree with this?
Honestly, I disagree because, for example, in our country, the children from orphans, or I don't know how to explain this, are not allowed it for comfortable accommodation, good food, and healthcare.
Okay. So we need, yeah, if you disagree, we need one or no, 2 or 3 arguments. Why?
Yes, I know.
Yeah. So can we find any argument why this is not okay?
Nu m-am pic să scriu pe hârtie ce vreau să spun.
Okay. Yeah, and for everyone watching on Facebook or any other platform, you can write your ideas in the comments. Okay. So Carmen, if you also find one argument against this, please let us know.
Am lipsit 2 minute sus pentru că am și un bebeluș pe care trebuie să-l mai supraveghez.
Okay.
N-am fost atentă la ideea colegii, scuze.
No problem.
De asta tot timpul mă uit în dreapta pentru că am monitorul.
Okay. Good. So we heard an argument for it. Yeah, someone agreed with this, and now we need a reason why some people might disagree with the topic. Maria, do you have your idea?
I write it down now.
Okay, can you tell me without a lot of details?
First time, I think this person who are found guilty of a criminal offense.
Yeah.
I want to use this new.
Yes, perfect.
I think we'll do the same mistake again. That's why I think didn't deserve this comfortable accommodation, good food, and healthcare.
Okay, sure. That they might reoffend. Yeah. All right. Good. So we found one argument for each. Yeah, for this type of essay, to support your opinion, you should have 2 or 3 arguments. Yeah.
I remember now, I think 3 years ago,
Mhm.
For writing task 1, I think I had a bar graph. This
Yeah.
was difficult.
Mhm.
I remember now, but I can't
Yeah.
remember what I had to
The
write
essay.
it. So
Mhm. Oh, okay. Good. So this is all for this topic. Yeah, you should find some more ideas, but just so you know, the main focus, first of all, is vocabulary. So you should know at least 2 other ways to express the same idea. And this will help you in all parts of the exam, not only in writing. We will discuss one more question related to accommodation, moving, yeah. And it's this one. Carmen, could you read the question, please?
People are more mobile nowadays.
Mhm.
Mobile nowadays. They seldom live in one city all their lives. Why do
Okay.
you think this is happening? What are the consequences of this trend?
Yeah, they seldom live, yeah, in one city all their lives. Why do you think, and what are the consequences? Okay, here we have a slightly more different type of question, because they ask you why this is happening. So they are asking for some reasons, for some causes, yeah, and for consequences or results. So this will be our focus now. Yeah, first, again, let's look at the topic. Let's see if we can find any synonyms for any of these words. What does it mean that people are more mobile nowadays? Hmm? And they seldom live. What is seldom? Do you know a synonym for seldom? This is rarely.
Yeah.
So they rarely live in one city all their lives. Yeah, it means that they move a lot. So this is what mobile refers to.
move.
Yeah,
Yes.
mobile. They are able to move freely or easily, let's say. Okay. Another word that we should try to replace is city, because this is super common. You will see it in a lot of essays.
Town.
Sure, we can use town. Mhm. One that I like and I advise you to use for city is this urban area or zone. Okay.
Can be metropolis or something like
Yes.
that.
Yeah. Metropolis. It can be. Mhm. Okay. Now, of course, if your focus is not on a city, you can use country. People move to other countries as well, not only cities in the same country. Yeah, so it's up to you, but for the first phrase of the essay, we need to replace city. Okay, so now some ideas. Why do you think this is happening? Why are people moving?
Because they changed the job. Maybe they found something much better in another town, in another city.
Yes.
I just
How can we call this?
one reason
For a good life.
for a good life.
Something like professional opportunities. In other places. Okay. You said a good life. What does that mean? It's a bit vague. We need to be more specific.
When you have for a good job, for a good house, maybe if you have the family in another city, maybe you want to live with them.
Okay. So we mentioned the professional opportunities. How can we call this? We can say a better quality of life, but you need to explain what this means. Yeah, with some more details.
Okay.
Daniela, să liniști. Da. Poți să liniști, dar vorbești încet.
Okay. Why else do students move, let's say?
Yeah.
How can we call those? Educational opportunities, maybe. Okay. All right. Good. We have some causes. Now let's go to the consequences of these things or the results. They can be both positive and negative.
For example, negative. If I have a children, will be hard for him to move from a school to other school.
Okay.
Every time.
Yes, we could mention this. So it could be a bit difficult on the children of the family moving, let's say. Okay. Difficult for the children, and here you can mention school friends, maybe. That's a new school, new friends. Okay. What else?
The family splits up.
What does that mean?
For example, if I'm going in another city for a good job, my husband, my mother, or my father can go with me. So
yeah, sometimes this is the case.
Yeah.
Good. So another consequence could be maybe living away from relatives or parents. Yeah, for the students, this is also true most of the time. And this leads to other negative things that you can write about.
You don't know the city, or if you are going in another country, maybe you don't know the language very good.
The accommodation is difficult.
Yeah. Sure, we could mention anything. Language barriers. And yes, you can mention all of these. You don't know the rules in that place. Yeah, the law, if anything is different. Okay. Someone mentioned in a course overcrowding of certain cities. Yeah, because a lot of people move to capitals, for example, for jobs, education, and so on. So we could talk about overcrowding. So a lot of people in cars in the capital cities or in the most developed ones. Okay. Okay. Any other ideas that we can add here? So this was just some practice of vocabulary and ideas, for writing task 2, and the topic was accommodation. So you should be able to do this for any topic on the list. So that's why the main thing you should do is try to work on vocabulary as much as you can, and then ideas will also come more easily. You'll be able to follow the structures for the writing part, to answer any questions in speaking. So vocabulary is the main part of the IELTS exam. Okay, we will end here. If anyone wants to solve these essays, you are free to do it. So we have this one here and this one. We are waiting for them on email or in the comment, and we'll give you feedback on it if you are interested. Good. So that was it. Thank you for being here, Maria and Carmen, and I'll see you maybe in another lesson.
Thank you.
Have a nice day. No
Have
problem.
a nice day.